All it takes is one app, and suddenly the world is crazy about Pokemon like it was 1999. On the plus side, we have trainers going out of their homes, exploring, meeting people, and taking down gyms together. However, Pokemon Go can sometimes get out of hand. Here are some crazy Pokemon stories. One of the best things about Pokemon Go is that it encourages people to go outside and explore, and by that, just like in the anime, you can have all sorts of adventures. Well, not exactly. Shayla Wiggins from Wyoming learned that the hard way. The teenage Pokemon Go fan was trying to find a rare water-type monster near Local River. Instead, she stumbled upon a dead body, which was just floating nearby. Shayla stopped playing immediately to call the police, which arrived soon after. According to the sheriff's office, there was no reason to believe foul play was involved, and the body was of a person who died of natural causes. According to Kotaku though, Shayla stopped playing Pokemon Go soon after. And while it was the first body to be found thanks to Pokemon Go, it won't be the last. If you had trouble playing Pokemon Go on the weekend of July 16 to 17, it was probably because of server crashes. Such a thing is nothing new to seasoned trainers, as the game servers have been going down quite often since the initial release. It's nothing to worry about, as the game is pretty new and Niantic is just trying to figure things out. It goes without saying that the developer didn't expect such popularity, thus they're not prepared for so many players. However, the Saturday crashes may have been caused by hackers. Well, we hope their plans end the same way those of Team Rocket did. A hacking collective called Poodle Corp claimed via Twitter to be responsible for the crashes and the DOS attack. The servers were back after a while, and Niantic has not officially commented on this post-attack. Let's just hope such thing does not happen again. We have to keep in mind, however, that with the increasing popularity of the game, such things can happen more often. While the media is slowly catching up with the Pokemon craze, it's just a matter of time before more people start banning the game and religious groups will once again try to convince us that Pokemon are the work of the devil. Until then, let's just enjoy the game to the fullest, shall we? Oh wait, we already can't? As it turns out, some American army bases are issuing the do's and don'ts, forbidding the residing soldiers not to play the game at certain times and in certain areas, be it on duty or in restricted areas. And as a certain New Yorker Snapchat entry suggests, even the police are playing Pokemon Go on duty. Imagine, you're being robbed, you're calling for help, and a nearby officer can't help you because he or she is trying to storm a Team Valor gym at the moment. It seems we need to make Team Harmony a thing, you guys. And speaking of soldiers who can't play Pokemon Go, according to an article on Kotaku, the Israel Defense Force has banned the game in certain locations, while in China, the game can be used to find secret military bases. Turns out World War III will be fought with Pokemon, not with atomic bombs. As the game didn't have an international release on day one, many fans were furious and felt left out, and especially in Europe. Luckily, it was quite easy to boot the game up on Android devices without being able to download it from the store. So yeah, sorry guys for crashing the servers. It was us. Despite the game not having an official release in some European countries, there are plenty of Pokéstops and gyms, as the game relies heavily on Niantic's previous AR title, Ingress, and as certain Reddit thread confirms it, the interest points in Pokemon Go are the same as they were in the previous title. Sadly though, it isn't the case in, for example, South Korea, where even if you start the game, you are treated to a barren wasteland with no Pokéstops or monsters in sight. It seems as if the developer has no plans to release the game in the homeland of K-pop, for now at least. Thanks to some die-hard fans' research, however, it seems that the game in fact is playable in South Korea, in a small northeast region of Sokcho. Dozens of fans have been spotted in the region over the last couple of days, walking around in large groups trying to catch Pokemon. Not only that, but bus sales from Seoul to Sokcho rose to an all-time high recently, and some people in the area are even offering to hatch Pokemon eggs for money. And that's an addicted fandom for you right there. It's no secret that certain locations have more Pokéstops and gyms than others, and a short walk through the city center in a densely populated area can be quite profitable, in both drops from Pokéstops and rare monsters. Pokemon Go fans from rural areas sadly aren't so lucky, with very few stops in the country or the town outskirts. The best way for fans like that is to find a nearby historical area or that with many sightseeing spots nearby. That was the case in Oświęcim, Poland, which is located near Auschwitz death camp from World War II. As the staff of the local museum claims, in the recent weeks they have seen a rise in younger tourists, many of whom were carrying mobile phones throughout the entire tour. It's understandable that fans from smaller towns take every chance they get to stock up on Pokeballs, but I highly doubted that the developers from Niantic intended for fans to disrespect the victims of the Holocaust or have Pokemon trainers cheerfully run around places of mass murder, trying to catch a Pikachu or a Dratini. People, please, there's a time and place for everything. One of the tricks for Pokemon Go is to play the game while in public transport, as you can quickly move across long distances. And despite being on the go, once the catching sequence is initiated, it can't be stopped. Some trainers take it a step further and go drive around in their cars just to play the game. Take for example this YouTuber, Boosted Boris, who had an original idea to go Pokemon hunting in a BMW M3 on the famous Nürburgring track in Germany, which some of you Top Gear fans probably know. The results are surprising, with him even catching an Abra. Luckily, Boris set a good example by taking the passenger seat and not going behind the wheel and catching Pokemon, which sadly can't be said about many foolish Pokemon Go users who have been involved in many car accidents in the last couple of days. As the German police claims, they have seen a drastic rise in car accidents, mostly involving teenagers and young adults cruising down highways to catch the most Pokemon, not looking at the roads. Guys, please, don't Pokemon and drive. Okay everybody, those were the stories that prove that some people are too crazy about Pokemon Go, and while the concept of adventuring, catching monsters and meeting people is quite fun, one cannot deny that the game can be quite dangerous. It remains to be seen if this Pokemania can outshine the one from the 99 in the early 2000s, but as of now, a lot of people found a reason to go outside and socialize, and that's a good thing. Until next time, I'm Jordan, and stay tuned for more from GamePressure.com, unless I get hit by a car while playing Pokemon Go.